All right. Hello, hello, hello.
Hi.
Thanks for clicking on our faces. Today we are talking about The Boys season 4, episode 6. Now, there was a lot of shockers in this episode. A lot going on.
A lot
I
of
feel like
laughs too.
I feel like that's the boys thing. They try to have that shock factor in their episodes. So that was definitely the case here. It opens up pretty much with um I believe it's what's his name? We got
Mm.
It's my image of my boy. Did it not upload? Ooh.
Did it? Hold on. I'm taking a look now. You said it's in trio, right? Could I? Oh, once again, my computer is just probably just not working with me. But go
But
ahead. Mhm.
well, I'll upload it in just a second. But it opens up with no. It opens up with Huey. Huey and his mom and the rest of of the boys. They're on this tour in New York, spreading his father's ashes. And the
Yeah, I thought
tour
they
is
were done.
a Made in Manhattan like movie tour.
Hmm.
I thought that was funny. That horrible Jennifer Lopez movie.
I
Uh,
remember that. Wasn't that in like the 2000s or something like that?
yeah, it's not a good movie, and I think him and his mom kind of like agreed on that. That was hilarious, and also,
They're already bonding.
yeah, they're already bonding. They get they hear from A Train that there's going to be like this event happening in Tech Knight's mansion.
Like mansion. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of give the vibes of like I know it's a cheap plug here, but it gave the vibes of when we were watching Gotham and when the owls were together in that like mansion like thing or whatnot. Kind of
Yes,
gave me that vibe.
very much so.
I really want to get
I
there.
can definitely see that because it's he's supposed to be Tech Knight anyway, supposed to be like a playoff of Bruce Wayne.
Yes.
Uh-huh. And I
Yeah.
think it's Bruce Wayne and Iron Man kind of like mixed together.
Because of
Um,
the tech and stuff like that, right?
yeah, uh-huh, because of the
Okay.
tech. So at his mansion, it's beautiful, right?
It's
They have
nice.
a whole bunch of senators and Homelander and his son are there. Pretty much all the members of the Seven are there. You
Look at
see,
that rich laugh though. Like I don't mean to interrupt you, but you can tell. I mean, it's a good screenshot right here. Homelander look like he has that rich, arrogant laughter.
yeah, he's definitely been practicing that in the mirror. You can tell. Um, and they're trying to kind of get the senators and all of these people of influence on their master
Right.
plan,
Yeah.
on their side.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and it was during this time that the boys they decided, hey, we got to infiltrate this event. So
Bad idea. My anxiety was actually like kicking in when this all happened. Yeah, so I do want to ask this though. So I'm brand new to this series, and they give Huey this wish version of a Spider-Man costume because that was supposed to be Spider-Man.
yes,
Um, but was there someone else who played? Because one of the guys, the black gentleman, he says to him, I'm sorry, I don't remember his name, but he says to him like,
and
yeah, oh Eminem, okay,
then
yeah,
mm
oh MM, oh no, Eminem is a rapper, you're right, MM, but he says to him, he says, you got to have his mannerisms, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, dog. So
yeah.
was there a original one in the series before that?
So no, the original one is the guy in the beginning of the episode, the one who was all drugged up. His name is Web Weaver, of course.
Ah, okay, Wesley, okay.
Yes, of Spider-Man. And
Oh my God. Okay, that was him. Okay, thank
yeah,
you.
that was him. Uh-huh.
Oh my
And I
lord.
thought it's funny that they have his web shooters in the butt.
Oh my lord. That was a wild. So I'm brand new to this series. I know you've watched a lot, so this is like you're like immune to this, but I can't help but sit here and go, what's going on, Charmaine? I couldn't help but go, what is happening?"
This is what they do. This is what you come here for, the shock factors.
I
And
didn't appreciate anything you said. This is what you come here for. No, I didn't.
this is what you're here for. And the fact that they have the web weaver, first of all, he's a druggie. And second of all, he's trying to use like all these like hip terms and, hey,
Yeah. You
and
said
it's
no cap. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, that makes sense. But
Spider-Man.
I honestly thought the way that when he was saying dog, I know this sounds such like a so racist, but I thought it was someone black behind it. That's why he said dog, but not realizing this was him. I know
Yeah,
that sounded so terrible.
he's just trying to be hip and cool like Spider-Man, like young Peter Parker.
Peter Parker would never.
Oh, really? You sure? I
Oh,
don't
I'm
know.
sure, sister. I'm sure. I mean, when he sat here and said, "Yeah, you got to get no, not that," and I didn't get what was going on. So when I'm watching this, I'm like, "What? Huh? What do you mean get in the hole?" Not realizing, right? He's a spider, and they have like not. I don't want to get too graphic here, but he meant a certain hole, and
Yeah.
I was watching, and I said, "Thank God because I'm watching this on my travels." So I said, "Thank God I have headphones because no one would have said. Someone would have said, what are you doing?'"
But they did that so Huey can, get the suit, and apparently it reeked to high heaven. He's a
Yep.
stinky man.
Mm.
But they got him in the suit, and they were able to kind of get him into this party where, again, all of these people of influence.
Heroes and
We
political.
got
Yeah.
what's her name? Victoria, I believe her name. Victoria's there. Of course, Sister Sage, and what's a girl with the red hair? Ashley, I think her name is.
Yeah, and the one with the bullets around her, the one who does the news.
No, the one who used to work primarily with like the head organizer or of the seven, but now she's kind of been demoted. Her, the
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Her. Oh, yeah. Her. Wow. Yeah. No, her. No, she's wrong.
So when Huey gets in there in full Web Weaver cosplay, right, we'll say, he's taken to the back room, right, to the I think he called it the tech cave or the night
The
cave.
tech cave. Yeah.
Tech
He
cave.
even, and if I could just throw in here because it's interesting that you mentioned like so Batman-esque, right? But I thought it was because I thought it was like a superhero trope, not realizing this is Batman, right? But when he does the book thing and it opens up the bookshelf
Uh-huh.
going to his cave, that's kind of a play back to the 1960s Adam West thing, I want to say. But I
Oh,
think it's also superhero. I also still think it's a superhero trope and stuff that they used to do back in the day. But I kind of think of that Adam West stuff. So it's interesting that you say this. I remember this character from Gen V, and that's why I'm like, because he has this amazing ability where and I know you already noticed, but I mean for me this was like it's amazing where he can pick up your heart pulse or if you're fidgeting, so he can tell you're lying and not telling
they
the truth.
mentioned that in the episode. They said he has a heightened senses, so
That's what it is. Yeah,
yeah, vision, hearing, taste, touch, everything is heightened, which makes him like this super great detective.
it makes him sound like he's better than Batman.
Yeah, uh-huh. And you know what else is funny? Because he tried to come up to Homelander, be like, yeah,
Oh,
they want the two greatest superheroes to
oh,
unite,
that yeah, okay, and that's when he blew him off, right? And look,
as
that
he
laugh right there.
as he should, because how dare you compare Tech Knight to Homelander? This is what I hate when people compare Batman to
To Superman.
Superman, as if there's even a comparison that needs to be made there. It pisses me off so bad. And I wish that
Mm.
Clark would say the things that Homelander said, like, you can't even fly. Like, get out of my
He
face.
dead ass did say that you can't even fly. Like he really disrespected him, and it was so sad too because Tech Knight he goes like, that Homelander, he's so funny.
Yeah,
No,
because
Homelander was
what can you say against him? He's a madman. It's like you
yeah,
can't. He'll get rid of you if you're too if you
like
say
right in front of people because there's nothing a lot of these people can do.
right. But also in this episode, our Black Noir, he is revealed because again, in was it last season? The
Sure,
original Black Noir was offed by Homelander. So they've had this fake Black Noir this whole season.
the second
And
one, yeah.
yeah, and we got to see who he was, like who is under the mask. And is this guy on the right? He's black guy. He's an
He's the
actor
black man. Mhm.
from George and Gina and George. I don't know if you guys watch Georgia and Gina, I think it is on Netflix. Anyway, long story short, he's in that show.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, he's still very upset with the direction of Black Noir. He feels like he's not, given much to work with, and he wants to leave the Seven to go do like some other thing somewhere. And the Deep was trying to convince him to stay or give him like a little background information on Black Noir, saying, "Oh yeah, he loved violence. It'll make him hard, and that's
And
how."
Mo was like, I don't like that. Like he was like, yo, that's not me. And I don't blame him though, because he did bring up a valid point. I believe it was him that said it. I'm not sure if it was the Deep, but I feel like he said it. But he was mentioning like everybody went to this party but us. Like,
Yeah,
what does that tell you where we're at? And then he talked about like a circus of Lorray. I mean Lorray. Like there was some kind of thing because he said, "What are you gonna do?" And it's not like he just said, I'm just going to go join the circus, because I'd rather do that and be utilized than just be a background player.
Yeah, and that's exactly how honestly they've been treating the Deep since like season 1. He's always kind of like how he mentioned here, the laughing stock, and people would laugh at him.
But you know, that's a play on Aquaman.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely. That's why, because everyone's laughed at Aquaman for years until he had a hook for it.
Because they were talking, what does he just talk to fish, and what does he eat fish? He's messing with the fish. That's why he's the Deep has a thing with fish in this
oh
show.
Lord, oh my God. They give him attention.
What happened to his little octopus lover girl? Because we haven't seen her in a couple episodes. That's supposed to be his boo thing. Like, he still got her in the closet, or what? What's up with her?
I don't think octopus can be in the closet.
He had her in the closet. He had her in an aquarium in the closet,
right,
hiding her away so nobody can see her, because he's not supposed to be still smashing this octopus.
I don't know what's going on. I just so much have to catch on the show. I don't know what is happening here.
But also we get what's her name? I forget her name. Is it Firestarter?
Yeah, it was Firestarter, because she tells the news. She's talking about bullets right there, right?
Yes. So our alt-right character. Now, keep in mind, doesn't she look like what's her name from Buffy the Vampire Slayer and American Pie?
The redhead, and she was in American Pie.
Yes.
Yeah. I do see it. I see it.
And when I took this, I was like, hold on, she looked just like her right here. But she still has the thing where she's trying to insert her importance to Homelander. She's trying to make him see her value, and she's still kind of like starstruck by him. And she comes up to Sister Sage and Homelander and a couple others at the party, trying to get in on the conversation, and she got shut down. She got shut down by Sister Sage. She wasn't having it. I felt so bad for her, even though I
did feel bad. Yeah. I don't know enough about it. That's why I was like sounds with that, but yeah, they just shut her down.
Shut her down. She can't, she can't fit in anywhere. But hey, what's up?
Hey.
Happy 4th.
Happy 4th to the guy. Can't wait to have him back.
But to bring it back to the tech cave, right? He was in there.
Oh no.
And it's like a little red room. He's got all Tech Knight's got all his little toys, and apparently he has his last sidekick down there being tortured.
This, for a lot of people, this is how they really envision Batman, by the way. So,
you know what? I always thought it was weird that he keep these little boys
going for them more. Yeah, you're not the only one. You're not the only one.
It's weird, man. It's
this was wow. So once I put the comparison together, like Homelander's Superman, one girl's Wonder Woman, Deep is Aquaman, but this was the Batman. I didn't realize it, and then I was like, oh wow. And then all these little things, like how you just mentioned about his last sidekick, and he's wrapped up in red, chained to the wall, and that's when I said, oh, this show's about to
yes, it's about to get freaky deaky, because he had Huey take off his pants, and when he had him take off his pants, I said, oh, this is how he's going to be found out. He's going to turn around and he's not going to have the spider hole right on the butt, and that's
right. Right, because he kept asking him what is the I know it's later, but right, he knew. So there was a lot of things that he did that he peeped, and that's when my anxiety, oh no, see right there, that's when I was ready to turn the show off. I was done. See the superior. I saw this. I said, now them trying to get me to watch the show. Like, first off, it was perfectly wasted cake. Then when bro said, I'm not even gonna say bro, because no bro of mine would say this, but he said it and said, fart on it. I said, what? I said, you already smashed the cake with his ass. Now he has to fart on the cake? I was highly upset.
You know what? You know what's funny though? A couple of weeks ago, I saw on online, it was like some post. I want to say it was the Shade Room or some blog post like that. They said that the top kink in, like, people are searching for porn wise online is the foot fetish, right? And after that, it's a fart fetish. People have fart fetishes out here for real.
Well, if things ain't going right for me, I know what I'm doing to try to make some spare money. That's
sitting on cakes and farting in them.
I'm gonna fart on it. I'm making fun of it right now, but when times get hard,
someone edit Jack's face on this image, right?
I got the perfect picture for it too. You put it in the group chat. You're gonna laugh because put my face right there.
Yeah, and so he's taken down into the cave. The reception is horrible. So Starlight, MM, uh,
Starlight, that's the name. Yeah.
yeah, they don't know where he is. So they're contemplating: should we go in? Should we blow his cover? But pretty much Annie Starlight is like, "Yo, I'm going in." Right. So her, MM, and Kamiko, they decide to try to sneak into the party, try not to be seen.
I love her.
Yeah, she's awesome. She's one of my
Nice.
favorites.
She don't say much, but I like her.
Yeah, uh-huh. So, they get into the party. Of course, Starlight runs into Firecracker, right?
Right. Just
And
her luck, by the way.
What'd you say?
I was saying just her luck, by the way, because they
Yeah,
go in there and just like run right into her.
they hate each other. And
Right.
pretty much Starlight was trying to tell her, like, hey, I apologize for my part in it. And it almost looked like, she was kind of hearing her out, like, oh, is she, kind of letting her say her piece and leaning towards, okay, she's apologizing. But that's when Starlight done hit her with the knockout juice. And like I would feel so betrayed. Like, not this girl got me multiple times, and I was really just trying to give her a chance again.
I don't feel sorry. If you're saying multiple chances, this girl's an idiot.
Like, for when we found out that the whole reason they have a history when they were both doing pageants when they were young, and Starlight was talking big crap about her. I felt bad for her, even though I don't like the character. I still felt bad, and honestly, she has this shitty power. All she does is snap her fingers and little sparks, like little Jubilee power. That's what she reminds me of, Jubilee. But oddly enough, not as powerful, because all she can do is like itty bitty sparks, right?
Yeah, because I saw her do that, and she said, "Damn it!" For whatever reason, it couldn't come out. So, that's her power. She does like this and it's like sparks. Okay.
No, what's her name?
Not Starlight, right?
No, not Starlight. Her power is just like a little spark that comes out of her fingertips. It's nothing. It's basically how is she a soup with this power? Kind of like Jubilee, no shade. But Starlight, she has the whole thing where she can absorb energy from light, and her power is actually really cool. It's just on the fritz now for whatever reason. But yeah, she takes her out, and when the team finally gets to the library where they would have to pull down the book and open the bat cave, we see Sister Sage was in there reading, minding her business. Yeah. And unfortunately for them, she was in there. So MM, he's like, look, shut your mouth. We have, business here. Don't move. And she's, she's a talker. She's a genius. So she's trying to talk her way out of it. And boom, MM shot her right in the head. And yeah, and had it have been any other area, she would have been done. But because of her power set, her brain regrows. So
okay, that makes sense, because he mentioned she's not bulletproof. But when I saw her later, because she doesn't, like you mentioned, she doesn't die, but I was confused because I get it. It would have bounced off of someone like Homelander, right? But I was confused because she ended up moving around, but also you could tell that it did brain damage. But I could see now where it damaged her brain, but her brain is slowly...
Yeah, it regenerates itself. So again, she's the smartest person on Earth. But if she gets anything happens to her brain, it doesn't kill her. But it does have to regrow, which is why when we see her again,
and that go ahead. No, you're gonna say it. Go ahead.
Oh no, when we see her again in this pivotal moment where Homelander is trying to convince everyone in the room, hey, this is why we should do this way. She's just an idiot. Like, she's talking about candy corn, she's stuffing her face, and it couldn't have happened at a worse time.
That was a terrible time. Yeah, I did want to throw out, because when you mentioned the brain, that's what I said made me realize this, that her brain was still not regrown, rejuvenated, because there was a moment where she was telling him like she was there, and then she was like, but I like candy corn. But then she was talking I say sane. So I didn't get that, but now that makes all the sense in the world. She was going in and out, because he even said like, get it together. And then when she was eating the cake, like,
that's it. What was it the same?
I hope not. Yeah, you know what? Because I was just thinking about that too. But you know what? It wouldn't bother her because she's not all there. I probably, not for nothing. Now that makes me want to just sniff cake before I eat it.
Somebody's talking about the cake fetish in there. hadn't
Big
counted.
fetish.
But yeah, so she loses all of her genius.
Mhm.
But right when shot her, he falls out. We see
Yeah.
earlier in the episode that he's trying to meditate, trying to self-soothe because he's having like these he finds it hard to control his temper, and we see in this episode that he's attempting to come up with things like meditation and stuff like that to do that. But in the
Sure.
scene, it completely gets the better of him. He falls out. We're like, is he dead? We don't know what happened to him. Like, it looks like he had a heart attack. But luckily, Kamiko was able to get to A Train, who is really redeeming himself this season. Like, he's going
Let's
above and
see.
beyond. He's really the MVP of this season, because without him, the boys wouldn't have an end. They wouldn't know what's going on. And he actually saved this episode by bringing him to the hospital.
It was a
So
touching moment too, because like I know very little, but like you said, there's a redeeming. It's almost like he's having a redeeming arc, right? So when
yeah,
he saves you see a little kid like smile, and I think he actually really enjoyed that, because I'm pretty sure he wanted to be the hero,
hmm
but he got caught up in the wrong side of town.
yeah,
And even that, like even when I even say wrong side of town, I'm even talking about the people he was there with. They were all, I mean, they're all white men, right? And they're like, one of them said, "My father owned slaves."
yes, that was Tech, not Tech,
Oh,
not
that was. Oh yeah, okay. I was. It made me even hate him even more. Okay, and he was saying that, but he said, you would have gave my grandfather a run for his money," and I'm just saying, like, dog, like you saying,
that was such a good scene because I hated it so much. He was like, he was
yeah.
telling, I forget who he was talking to. I want to say it was Ashley. And he was
Mhm.
like, "Oh yeah, you don't get this money from Hollywood money. This is old
No,
money.
he said generational.
Yeah, generational wealth. His
Yeah, yeah.
grands were slave catchers, and then they invested in the biggest investors in private prisons, and
Just
um
such a dick move. Like
yeah,
you hear it, like he said it out loud, and it was one of those things he said, because he said it out loud. It was like, yeah, we caught slave, but and was proud of it.
yeah,
Like I remember Ben Affleck some years ago, because I guess his family's tied to something like that, and they caught some with slaves. He wanted to remove that because he wanted to have nothing to do with that. This guy's bragging about it. He's like,
yeah.
yeah, we caught slaves. Hey, look at this home. This is what we got.
Uh-huh. It's a mess.
He got his just desserts.
And the way A-Train just had to like hold his tongue, and
Yeah.
it was very like, wow,
And
this
you
is
could tell he wanted to say some
yeah.
stuff.
Uh-huh, of course, yes. I wish Sister Sage would have heard it, because she would have got him.
Right.
Eventually, she's a planner, so it would have taken a while, but he would have got his just desserts. But they were able to rush to the hospital.
Right.
And Starlight and Kamiko were able to get into the cave a little
Just
bit
in
late.
time.
No,
I
a
mean,
little bit late, because they already essayed my boy. Like, Ashley was down there doing whatever she was, dominatrix. And
this
unfortunately,
was
Tech Knight found out that that it's actually Huey and not Webweaver in there. And because he's this master detective,
he
he's
was getting weaved all right.
right. He was definitely getting something. And so when he took off his mask, revealed that it's Huey, he said, "Oh, I can't wait. I'm going to turn you into Homelander, but not before I, pretty much have his way with him." And he's such a masochist that he said, "Oh, I get tired of the same holes. I'm going to like drill another hole into you and smash it."
This guy is wild. Once again, first appearance I've seen of him was Gen V, and I remember something with a tree. So yeah, this guy is like
any hole will do. That's what any hole will do.
and there's a lot of times where they say this to like guys, guys get it like, you'll just bang anything that has a hole in it. And here he is, the definition of that.
Yes.
Just wow. Just
and if you notice in the scene, I wish I would have got a screenshot of it. He was about multiple holes. He had an area in the side he was about to get, in the front he was about to just tear this boy up in the back cave, or the tech cave.
He missed the opportunity to call this the hole.
Right. Ooh, that would have been good. That's a good one.
Every now and then.
Yeah, every once in a while.
Rude.
But luckily, again, Starfire and Kamiko found him. But even better, the sidekick the one who was chained up on the side. He eventually got out.
Hold on, didn't this bother you? Like he could have been did this.
He was trying. You saw he was like trying to get.
Okay, so he
out.
must have, as time the wall must have got weak then, because I
Yeah,
felt like
the wall
he
got
always
weaker.
done that.
Too many hoes.
Too many hoes. Too many hoes.
So yeah, he was able to get out, and he showed them that you're not going to be able to get anything out of him if you,
because he loved it.
uh-huh.
Bro, he was getting like stabbed and whipped. He said, "I'm not going to even react that." But yeah,
it was turning him on, like the black noir, the violence, makes him hard. That's what it is.
So see, carry on, please.
But they got his computer and were able to access.
Oh my God, that's how you really get him. Like the money, like sending all this money, and just to show you what kind of person this guy is, right? They send it. I forget every other charity that he did, but I remember Black Lives Matter. That one immediately stood out to me. And when he said, "I'm sending that to Black Lives Matter," oh, don't you send it to those people? I said, "Oh, you're getting everything you deserve."
Right.
Everything you deserve.
So I thought that was such like a cool scene.
That was smart, actually, really smart, because they could not. There was nothing they could do. So you know how like people say get kicked in the dick and whatnot. They had to do that figuratively than literally, because literally he would have literally enjoyed it.
Yeah, he would have enjoyed it. But the twist of it all is that they didn't kill him. It was goddamn
Alfred. It was Alfred.
Alfred did it.
You know, I feel like there's a universe in the DC universe where Alfred really does get tired of Bruce. I'm
sure. It's been around for years. They probably has some twists and turns like that. But yeah, he was like, I raised him, and I cleaned up so much gunk out of holes. I'm sick of it, right? And I said, okay, now Tech Knight is out of the picture. And also a little later in the episode, Firecracker or Firestar, whatever her name is. She's telling Homelander like, hey, yes, Starlight was there, and maybe that's why Tech Knight turned up dead. So clearly the mole wasn't who we thought it was, right? And she's pretty much again just trying to align herself with Homelander, and she to the point that she starts to undress and like try to seduce him, and he's just like, I'm not
attracted to you.
Right, at all, right?
Which is kind of hurtful to tell someone like, hey, I don't have nothing to do with you.
Right. Ew, put your clothes back. Gross. Oh,
there's a bag.
But she found out his weakness. He's got a thing for that breast milk. Like he always wanted to be mothered. That's his thing.
Yo, let me tell you something. So I always like these pictures where, in case you didn't see it, they said without spoiling, they'll have like 4 pictures. And I remember I saw some breast milk or a baby drinking like a boob, but I was like, huh? And not understanding what's going on. So then when I see this, and it's funny because she sprays the milk in his face, you go,
yeah.
I'm like, what?
At first he was shocked, but then he was just like kind of into it, right? It's like
he has his kinks.
Uh-huh. And it's not even sexual. He's just hasn't been mothered. And he has this thing about his mommy issues. And she's not pregnant. So she's been taking these pills in order to lactate.
And it said the only thing, the effect I heard was the enlargement of the heart, right? Like a little enlargement.
Right. She's doing this just to align herself with Homelander. And before I forget, Kamiko, of course, was trying to visit Frenchie. He's doesn't want any visitors, so she's been unable to visit him in prison. And also we have Butcher. Has been, trying to get the scientists to remake the
gin, was it the Ven or something, the V compound?
Yeah, the toxin that's going to take out all the soups, right?
Kryptonite.
Yeah. And we see in this episode that our boy, his friend, who's been working with him whole time and trying to convince him to do certain things, that's a figment of his imagination too, like his ex-wife and her ghost.
Right. And it was interesting here. So I'm glad that you brought this up. So, the vibe I got out of this was angel and devil. You know how you have the angel on one side and the devil on the other side. And I thought it was interesting because I thought that my man's over here, I thought he was real. And sure enough, they're both not. Because when he goes like, will you shut up? I'm like, he could see her. You could see, and I think they had some clips throughout the show where it's him just talking to himself and there's nobody there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was actually an interesting thing there because I honestly thought I thought Negan was real.
I thought he was real up until last episode. I was like, no, I that's when I kind of noted that the scientist wasn't really reacting to him in the room. And I was thinking, well, I wasn't sure. I was like, okay, well, it could be that he wasn't real.
That's good detail though. That's
Uh-huh.
good paying attention to.
Yeah. So he turns out it's a figment of his imagination. So he's clearly losing it. He doesn't have that much time. And he's willing to take out every suit. Before it was just trying to be Homelander.
Right.
And now
he wanted genocide.
Yeah, now he's contemplating genocide, and we'll see where it goes. Again, I love this series. I can't wait for the next episode. But that's
It's been fun.
Episode 6. Yeah.
No, it's been fun. I mean, these are only 2 episodes. I know I got a lot of catching up to do. I'll probably catch up when this whole series is done. But it's been a fun watch. And it's interesting. It's interesting seeing how all these twists and turns. I mean, like I said, 2 episodes in, and I'm slightly invested in it. So good stuff.
All right. So if you are also slightly invested in us, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And don't forget to join us next Thursday for another The Boys After Show. And also check us out this Sunday. We're going to be releasing My Adventures with Superman. The next 2 episodes 6 and 7.
6 and 7. Yes.
So that's coming out this Sunday. So once again, thank you for watching and goodbye.
Bye-bye.